Back. This is episode 3 of Spyro 2, and this time we're gonna learn how to swim. We're gonna complete the rest we can in this world, and we're gonna go into this stage over here, which is called Idle Springs. And we're gonna go back to Glimmer and collect the last gem that we're actually missing there. Normally you will first do that later, but because I already have my fire ability, actually, maybe we should wait with the Glimmer and take it as we go.
Hello there, Spyro. Would you like to learn to swim underwater? I suppose I could teach you for a small fee. Great. Okay. When you jump in the water, you can use your left stick to move around the surface. Use the charge button to dive underwater. When you're underwater, use the jump button to paddle and charge button to charge.
Lovely. See, I already knew that. It's just it didn't allow me. Anyway, as we're collecting, I actually don't want to collect everything on this side yet, because we also need to go back a bit. So let's go back a little bit, as we normally would do. Because there is a little water pool over here that you actually need to collect in. And of course, if I wasn't so edgy about swimming, it will be... Yeah, swimming is one of my biggest weaknesses in this game, and I'm sure you will actually notice that whenever I'm swimming around. I swim like a retard. Sorry to use that word so blunt, but I really do. Anyway, as we're collecting everything in here, there is a little cave on the other side of the water that we of course want to go into. Because first of all, there is a little orb in here and all the gems you have to collect. And then we actually back to this water. Now we're just making sure that we collected everything in this water before we actually move on. Of course, if you are speedrunning, then you wouldn't go into this one. You will actually just go directly to the next stage. But since we are guiding, then we're actually gonna show where you can actually collect everything, which is pretty normal for a guide, at least. Alright, I'm pretty sure we collected everything right here that we can.
You're well on your way, Spyro. Keep collecting talismans to help us defeat Ripto before he can take over Avalar. Oh, and keep collecting those orbs too. The professor thinks they will help you get back to the Dragon World.
Yeah, we do want to get back at some point. Alright. Now you can see this girl, Elora, which is your sweetheart from all the Spyro series. Well, at least the trilogy. There is a big debate if Cinder or Elora is gonna be the ultimate crush of Spyro. Well, personally myself, I would say Elora. She's definitely the one. Cinder is well, she's attitude. I don't like that. Anyway, what she will explain you is like, well, I see some diamonds up there, but you need to get climbing skill to actually do it. Shabret?
I saw something shiny at the top of this wall. You could probably get it, but you'll have to learn how to climb first.
Yeah, almost the same words. She just explained it a little bit more detailed. But anyway, you get the point. But we are not actually done collecting, and... Ooh.
Are you enjoying the active camera mode? If you don't like it, I can set it back to the passive mode. Okay, I won't change it. Remember, you can change the camera mode yourself by using the options menu.
Not actually sure what he means about active and not active, because I never actually noticed, to be honest, what the difference is. I must be honest about that. I mean, I tried the difference and I don't feel it. I simply just don't feel it. Anyway, in here, this is actually the boss stage. No, actually it's not.
Nice work, Spyro. The orbs you're carrying have activated the special portal. You won't
Speedway.
find a talisman in Ocean Speedway. But if you're fast, you'll get lots of treasure. Have fun!
That's a speedway. A lot of people actually avoid that unless they actually gonna go for 100%. And since I'm one of those people actually gonna go for 100%, I'm definitely gonna want it. Anyway, there is a little trick here. As you normally would do, you will press the contact to actually go into the next room. But what you really want to do is actually fly around the corner and jump up here, because in the next room there is an orb waiting for you. That's a little trick you didn't know. And yeah, it's hidden pretty well, but that's where it is. And now we're actually back where we were before, just the other way, so just start with the left way. Alright, money back, you greedy bastard. Let's see what you want.
Spyro, you see this wall here? I bet you're dying to know what's on the other side. If only I had a few more gems, I might be able to remember how to lower the wall. Ah, yes. The sparkling beauty of those gems seems to have jogged my memory.
Yeah, it's funny how gems can jog his memory, but when he get a fireball in his stomach, he's just holding his bag. He's like, no, don't steal it. I mean, that's one tanky bear. Anyway, now we are almost done with actually collecting everything that we can. Because this here is a boss stage, so there's not really much you can do in there. So what we're gonna do is run all the way back where we actually have that idol master thingamajig and go complete that one. So all the way back. But I guess there was only really two things I showed you in the video that you could use with the orbs, but the rest you probably already know. But let's go into Idle Springs. Now that we learn how to swim, we can actually get everything in there. And that's actually a good tip, because you can start with the swimming and actually get stuff from the start without actually having to worry. I mean, he had the right thought. Just sad it didn't work. Just imagine if like that female wood doll would actually turn demonic. That would be amazing.
Spyro! The idols we were carving have come to life. They've locked us out of our temples and stolen our food.
Alright. I guess I have to save you then. Alright, normally you cannot actually destroy this chest. I can, but I will be so nice to actually not do it, because the rocket you actually want to get for this one is actually located up there. So that's actually later in the stage when you're actually all the way through. But we're gonna start with actually swimming around and getting the first part here. Since we learn how to swim, we can actually use it. And that's actually why we started this way around. Ah, come on. You can see I'm a lousy swimmer. I really am. Anyway, now we're in here in a secret room after you learn how to swim. It's not really a secret room, but it's definitely a room you don't notice that easily.
I've been locked in here with all our tools, and the giant idol heads won't let the workers in unless we can solve the 3 puzzles they've given us. The first puzzle is to turn all these blocks yellow. If you have trouble, come back and talk to me.
Alright, the first puzzle, turn all of them yellow. Well, that's actually really simple. Every time you hit something, it will actually change the color plus the ones beside it. So what you're actually going to do is jump on one time on each of the corners. Like this, then the next corner, and one more corner again. And you're complete.
Wow, Spyro, you did it! I mean, I knew you could do it. Now, meet me at the pond for the next challenge.
Alright, and we actually done in here. Now he will actually appear up here, where he will actually come with the next challenge, fishing. Now, there is actually a PlayStation achievement in here to actually not feed him with any red fish. And you are not allowed to feed him with any red fish, because then he spit fish out. I think 3 or something like that. But it's pretty easy. I will show you how.
This idol says he's hungry and won't be satisfied until he's swallowed 10 fish. He's got a sensitive stomach, so watch what kind of fish you feed him.
Pretty simple. If you actually look down in the water, you can see what's coming up. Just before they appear, you can actually see what's coming up. And that's actually a smart trick. Then you just have to fire the moment they're up beside you. Of course, don't do it too late, because then they will just escape. Of course, if I be looking at the screen, it'll be a lot easier to actually hit the fish. But can you see, I look in the water, I can actually see what's coming up before they actually leave the water. That makes it really easy.
Okay, Spyro, just one more puzzle to go. I'll meet you over by the colored stones for your final challenge.
Alright, the colored stones. Now, when I reach the colored stones, I will not start with actually doing it. I will actually start with going around and actually activate that missile, because you're gonna need it. Because you get teleported back anyway.
Those metal shields are making enemies invulnerable to your flame attack. If you press and hold the charge button, you can defeat them with your charge attack.
That is almost correct, but I have super flame, so I can still kill them. But yes, she is correct. Normal flame doesn't actually work on those shield guys. You actually have to ram them. But since I have super flame, I can just spit on them and they are actually complete. It's pretty cheesy, yes. But that's the benefit of actually completing the game for the completing the game already at 100%. I guess. Even though I don't understand how it turns over to another save game, because this game isn't 100%. But it works for all save games apparently. Not that I mind, I mean, it surely works when you actually want to do speedruns later on. Because you can practically 100% every time. Alrighty then. I'm sure that later on they will actually fix it, so you actually can do it.
Right, use the right stick.
They probably fix it so it isn't being like that, but if they don't, doesn't really matter. I mean, it's not that it makes that much of a difference, because as soon as you complete it 100%, you can easily do it again. Alright, this is actually the color challenge that we will wait with, because I want to activate something first, before we actually complete that. And the same with that guy over there. We actually don't want to talk to him yet, because he's just going to give me a talisman. And we are going to come back, obviously. So we're going to collect these gems. Alright. And now you actually see there is someone dancing down there and a lot of things on poles. Well, we're gonna come to that in a second. First, I'm gonna jump all the way here. And now you see the rocket. And that rocket, of course, is gonna hit that chest down in the back. But we're not gonna run down and take it. Not just yet. As I said, we're already gonna come back to that. And of course, I failed dramatically a lot there. Alright, let's see if we can get fast back. Because I actually want to do that dancing hula girls first. Before we actually do anything else. And that's what I was trying to actually go back to, but it did not work out for me. But yeah, I'm not jumping down to the hula girls because first of all, I forgot some gems. Second of all, there is a skill point. Yes, skill point. You know, one of those skill points that will give you gallery if you complete the whole line. And it will also give you a life. Of course, if you're using a code to get lives, well, you're just a cheater. But it's okay. I mean, I don't judge you. Alright, from here, you actually have to jump down on that idol down there. So that's what we're gonna do. Jump and land on the idol. Da-da! Skill point. Simple as that. Alright. Now, what you want to do now is actually rush through this super speed. And you want to hit all the statues. Of course, if you don't get the first round, as long as you don't stop, she will actually, it will not reset.
Look at that. The hula girl's ring dance blew up that idol like a Roman candle. Now I can pursue that dancing career I've dreamed of. Take this orb. It could help you go places.
It most definitely will. Dancing career, well, good luck with that. Okay, now we're gonna collect the rest of the gems down here before we actually move on. Alright, I think we collected everything down there. Yeah, it looks like that. Else we're just gonna come back. It's fine, it's fine. Alright, now we're gonna do the puzzle because we have to go back anyway.
If you jump on these stones in the correct order, you will solve the puzzle. I only know what the first one is. It's up to you to figure the rest out.
Now, this is actually pretty easy because it starts with a square and a star. And it's blue. Well, obviously, you don't want to jump on this blue from the start because there is no rings. And we're not going backwards. So we're gonna start with another star. What comes after a star? Well, then you look at the form that this square is actually made. It's like a hexagram or something like that. So we go to the other hexagram. Alright. Now there is no hexagram or there is no square. So what we're gonna do now? Okay, we're gonna look at the color. The color. Same color as that. Alright. Okay, so it's a star. It's not the same color, but it's the same icon, which is a moon. Half moon. So we're gonna go to half moon and then there is only one left. So what can it be?
Nice job, Spyro. You're pretty smart for a dragon. All I have to give you is this shiny thing I found in our toolbox.
Well, that's just fine with me. I have to collect a lot of them, but yeah, I can imagine that you can use it for anything. Alright, now we're swimming back, and you can see there is actually gems around this little platform because we destroyed the chest from before. Of course, if you already completed the game once, you can actually just shoot it from the start, and you would actually get the gems. Of course, you still actually have to land on the platform. So normally you will actually jump from up there and try to land on the platform, which, yeah, I should probably have done that. I should probably have done that. But don't worry, we will come back to that. For now, gonna run all the way around again. I know I didn't do this map like perfectly, but hey, nobody's perfect and it's a guide anyway. So it's fine, we have plenty of time. And if you're watching this video, you should probably also have a lot of time of trying to learn how to do the different stuff. Alright. There's not actually anything to do from here, so you actually don't have to jump from the waterfall. You can actually jump all the way back again and be like, whatever, you know. And now we can actually go back and get those gems out on the platform, so we can get the rest of the gems. Ooh. You know, the first time I actually saw that idol thingy, the skill point, I actually tried to land on that idol. Don't try that, it's impossible. Believe me, I tried everything, and I tried it absolutely nearly flawless, but it's not possible to land on it. Anyway, now we have all the gems. The only thing we're missing now is actually the talisman. And that will actually be the end of this video. So we're just gonna be rushing back like crazy. Boom, 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 boom. Rum, 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 rum.
Spyro, you're pretty tough. If you ever want a permanent job, we've got a place for you here. But for the moment, I want you to have this talisman.
I'm not really in the job hunting right now. I already have a job collecting all the talisman and all the orbs, but thank you. Anyway, that was this video, and I hope I see you in the next one. Bye bye!